Blessings, y'all. Hello to my good fellas. Peace to my troublemakers. And what's up to my hustlers? You are tuned in to the extension of the Get Them Home podcast sponsored by Good Trouble Hustle. Well, this is a visual version of where we get to learn and understand different perspectives on certain topics. My name is Tyler Joy, and I would like to personally thank you for tuning in.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Get Them Home, the podcast where we come together to create a safe space to share our testimonies and personal journeys where real talk and real life meets real faith. Today we have none other than the TJ that does impactful work in the community, especially inspiring and uplifting the youth. His testimony is very impactful because he talks about his journey with alcoholism, and I definitely resonate with that. So hopefully you can resonate with it too. So how do you feel today?
I feel good. I feel blessed.
Yeah. Yes, blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you introduce yourself and then just tell them a little more about yourself?
So my name is Timothy Williams, aka TJ. I'm born and raised in Daytona Beach, Florida. I left Daytona Beach, Florida to go to the Army. And I spent a number of years there, came back, and now I work in full-time ministry, but it didn't all just happen that way.
Right. So what was your life like before Christ?
So if I could choose anywhere, it would be forced.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because growing up, I never truly fit in with the natural crowd.
Okay.
I kind of forced it.
Yeah.
And when I discovered that I can have alcohol to boost my confidence and be able to talk around people and be normal or a sense of normalcy, I leaned heavy on it because people started to enjoy me when I was drinking.
Right.
And it linked with, okay, I'm accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So it became a very hot commodity in my life. I needed it in order to be social.
Right. So let's talk about that more, because sometimes they're like, society says, oh, you need a little liquor courage, or it does actually. Let's just talk about that though. So like, what do you think the connector is with the courage that you get with drinking?
Honestly, I don't know. I guess the emotion, the cloudiness in my head, when I drink, it all goes away. Mm-hmm. So it got to a point where all I can do is feel the music and feel good. And I just vibed. I was cool. Yeah. But as far as the confidence came, at starting out, it was good confidence. Yeah. But as I kept drinking, it became too much confidence to where I was looking to pick fights, and I was
angry. Yeah, being aggressive.
Angry. Everything. I started to feel all these emotions that I was once. I started out drinking to get rid of these emotions, but now I started to feel these emotions even more heavier ones. Yeah,
I definitely can relate to that. So it's like I was always naturally a social butterfly, but then I always felt like an outcast too. Like it could have been like in a room of a bunch of people, yet still felt alone. Mm-hmm. But then like when I did start drinking more, I did see like you get more approval or acceptance, and especially when you can throw things back, you know what I mean? Very much, especially with the college life. Yeah. But then I think internally it did things to me, because then it's like, okay, well, I have to do this in order to hang out, you know? Yeah. And it made me think like, well, who am I actually as a person? Yeah. You know, because it's just like, if you only like me with this, I can't really call you when I'm, sober or anything, you know? And that also goes like with the, smoking, but that's another story for another day.
Well, I mean, what you saying that, it was never, it's good that you have that type of thinking, because I didn't think that way. Mm-hmm. I never even thought to think, oh, they only like me because I'm like this. Mm-hmm. I was just okay with the fact that I was liked.
Right.
So I just leaned heavy on it. I became well known for being able to drink the most and not pass out or throw up or anything like that. That's a very big thing in the Army. Yeah. So I was just like, I never even thought of it that way. I didn't even stop drinking because I felt like any of that. Like, I just started to feel wrong for drinking in general. I just started to feel like this is not helping me, it's hurting me. Right. And that's why I stopped eventually. Yeah,
very much. I very much get that, understand that, because it's like the similar thing with college life though too, Yeah. Like, how many shots can you drink? Or when it's your 21st birthday, or even birthdays after that. Like, it's like take a shot for each year, and then that's ridiculous. That's ODing. Like, that's binge drinking. So like, I definitely abused alcohol. Like, would I do it daily? No. But when I do, I'm just like, oh, let me enhance this feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, dang, and it's like constant struggle. So I definitely get that. No, it's okay. But yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of people can resonate with that though too.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you go to like bars and things, they're like shot. Yeah, and then
I believe it's an attack. It's an attack in a social area. Yeah. That's why it's placed in social areas, and it's made for social events.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, that same people that start out going and leaning on drinking for social reasons, becoming the most unsocial people at home, drinking and binge drinking and shut off from the world.
Yeah, because then you become aggressive. People don't like you, and then like you're really like fighting demons, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then like it does say, like, I forgot what passage though, but like wine is a mocker, because like you begin to like babble. You become you get confidence, and then you do the same thing with the spirit. Yeah. And so when you're drunk in the spirit, it's just like, oh my gosh, I love this feeling so much.
Yeah.
And so how can I get this same thing while being in the world? You really can't, but the closest thing to it is alcohol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I feel like, people use the Jesus turned water to wine.
Yeah.
It's like, everything's good in moderation, but if you know yourself and you don't have the self-control to do so, then you just can't do it. But what irks me about society is like, you probably go to a social setting like, oh, I'm not drinking. Oh, why? What's wrong? Why does something have to be wrong if I don't want to drink? You know what I mean?
I remember asking that same question, so that's like, funny. I've asked
It's like, this person's babysitting.
And then you can really hurt my feelings. Like, if I'm with my brother or somebody I'm really cool with, and I'm like, I'm drinking, I already had my drinks, and I'm trying to get them. It's like, I'm not drinking, bro.
Yeah.
I used to get offended. Like, why you not? We drink every time.
Yeah, because you want people on the same level.
Yes.
But then sometimes I've been on the opposite end, though, too. Like, I've been on your end of why not, and then I also been on your brother's end of more of the fact of, if I know somebody struggles with something, but I still do that something, I'm not going to do it around them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know they're not capable to have the, self-control to know when to stop.
Yeah.
And so it's like a two-edged sword of, yes, you need those people that have your best interests at heart. Like, yes, we can do this sometimes, but I see you going out of control into a way where it's not beneficial anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's navigating that, because there's some Christians that don't drink at all. There's some that just have occasional wine drinking, and then there's some that just, I don't know, there's either or, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's navigating that. And so when was the first time you knew that your drinking was like, had a stronghold on you? Can you pinpoint that moment, or do you know?
I can try my best to. I can say I never really blacked out drunk before, but when I started to do that years after some drinking, it started to worry me. Like,
because you didn't know what you had done.
It was this particular time. I had a female friend in the Army, and we were really close. And I used to go to her house for events, like 4th of July, all these different events. Well, this particular time I was at her house for 4th of July, and I was drinking, having a good time, and then I just remember waking up, and I'm like, what the heck? And she reminded me of how I behaved that night, and she was like, my roommate, you kept telling her you were going to go in there with her in the room, and she kept saying, no, you're not coming in my room. And he was like, but you are
became
going.
That dude.
Yeah, I was like, what? I did what? And I was completely embarrassed, because I would never behave that way. So ever.
Yes, yeah.
So I felt like something else took over my entire body, because that's not even in my nature, my character.
Yeah.
So I started to realize then something's wrong with me.
Yeah. So,
but I didn't want to hear it. Obviously.
Right. I very much have a similar experience. There was one time, I remember, I think it was Cinco de Mayo, because I ended up getting tequila. I was with my cousin at the time, and we drove to Dollar General, but then I remember just waking up. However, what kind of sucks though is like I'm a functional person regardless. It's just when I sit down, then everything goes away. You know what I mean? So I can like be like normal or talking, but the next thing you know, I don't remember whatever happened.
Yeah.
However, wake up the next day, my sister and my dad is knocking at my door in my apartment because I'm in Daytona at this time, and then I'm like, "Why are you guys here?" Turns out I got in an argument with somebody at Dollar General, got banned from Dollar General, and then I was placed in handcuffs outside of my apartment. This is not the time that I got arrested, but like I was just like, what? Did this happen?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I don't really know. And then so it is like, it is frustrating because it's like you can be having a good time until you don't, but then you really don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, dang, what is it? You know? And then, so it's like a constant journey. This was years ago. This is before the Holy Spirit baptism, very much like 2019 ish era. But then I still had like a constant, battle and journey of, it's like a process of mourning your old self because you were, well known, surrounded by people. People were gravitating towards you. Then you find yourself processing or, navigating your walk with life and with God.
Yeah.
And so it's letting go and pruning yourself. But then at the same time, you still feel that connection with those people that you used to have fun with.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so, and there would be times, like I'll go months at a time, years at a time, that I would see those said people. But then every time we linked up, this is all a commonality. We don't really have anything in common anymore. But I would try to be like, oh, I love you so much. Like, I can still do this, but then I really can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like navigating that. Like now, I will have my occasional wine. I will.
Yeah.
But then I also know certain boundaries. There are certain places, okay, well, no, I can't drink here at all. You know what I mean? And then other places, okay, it's just like wine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a natural setting. But then if I'm also like, which I'm grateful for that transformation, because there were times where I could just drink, just throw it back, and then I would be blacking out.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is I don't remember what I would do the night before. It's like, especially if I'm connecting with people influentially,
Yeah.
And so it sucked. It sucked behind. But if I'm being honest with myself, I do know it's a day-to-day journey. It's a constant journey. But I may have a Leandria Johnson moment. You know what I mean? That's just if I'm not careful with what I'm going through and who I'm surrounding myself around.
Yeah.
So it's important to be surrounded by, good company, because bad company corrupts good morals. Yeah. And then so if I'm not careful and I'm not intimately spending my intimate time with God, my flesh will be more vulnerable to being open to have said moment.
Wasn't that an amazing discussion? Keep in mind that we're all growing and learning with our faith. So this is a no judgment zone, and we do not condemn nor judge individuals for their genuine thoughts. Now, if you enjoyed that, can you please like, comment, share, and subscribe to be notified? And I am grateful that you tuned in for the entire video. Now, if you would like to be a part of the Get Them Home podcast, please email us at getthemhome@goodtroublehustle.com. We would love to hear your insight on the certain topics we discuss. Good Trouble Hustle is more than a clothing brand. It is very much a lifestyle that promotes authenticity and encourages people to follow the road less traveled as they are following Christ. So if you like to be notified or keep up with us, please follow us on all social media platforms. Remember, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans 12:21.